Ụmụnne m ndị Igbo, ụmụnne m ndị Enuani, ụmụnne m ndị Igbo nọ n'ụwa niile, ụtụtụ ọma, efifie ọma, anyasị ọma. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Aje, afa, ojani, ọnya, ọmọdé, omeakwụ, ikposhuayi, ọwụasụ. Thank you so much for joining Enuani Cultural Forum, where we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. You're welcome. I'm so excited to have you on board. If this is your first time of coming across our channel, please hit the subscribe button. This is Enuani Cultural Forum, and I am your host, Onwode Ngozi Chukwuka Fortune. It's so nice to have you on board. Welcome online. If you're just seeing the video, please share to your audience. I would like to have as many people online as possible because we have a lot of important things to discuss as a family. Please join us. I would like to have you on board. I would like to have you on board. Welcome on board, welcome on board, welcome to Enuani Cultural Forum, where we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. If you're just joining us, please give us a thumbs up. I was trying to share the video to my audiences, and I have done so. If you're just joining us, please comment hi, give us a thumbs up. Let's know how many people are watching so that we can proceed. Today we are looking at are Igbo people second-class citizens in Nigeria? Are Igbo people second-class citizens in Nigeria? The first time I heard that word, second-class citizen, it is interestingly from an Igbo woman that I heard it. She wrote a book called Second-Class Citizen. That Igbo woman is late Professor Buchi Emecheta. Late Professor Buchi Emecheta, who hailed from Ibuzo in Western Igbo land. She hailed from Ibuzo, Igbo Binozo, in Oshimili North local government area of Delta State. So she was the first person I heard that word, second-class citizen, from. And I am asking today, are Ndi Igbo second-class citizens? First of all, when Buchi was interviewed about the word second-class citizen, she said, as a woman and the way the culture of our people treated women, she felt women were second-class citizens. Second-class citizens in the sense that women were made to serve the men in Igbo land. So when she later traveled to the United Kingdom, she realized that she was a double second-class citizen because not just was she a woman, but she was also a black woman. So she was facing double discrimination. So she saw herself as double second-class citizen. That is in her interview. Today we are looking at are Ndi Igbo second-class citizens in Nigeria. Where is such talk coming from? And why am I asking this kind of question? Today we are examining this question because onye onye Igbo ga-eme ọ baa n'okwu mana onye ọzọ mee onye si n'obodo ọzọ bịa mee ọ ma baa n'okwu. We have so many examples. What as when I sholo anwo ogbe ikesi, the fact of a poor man's child smells more. When a poor man's child farts, the smell is more than when a rich man's child farts. Kimoji bone, nyobone, oyo ozo me, oma banoku, oyi Igbo me, o banoku. We are living in a country that operates with what looks like a triple-double standard or a double-double standard. What somebody from another tribe can do and get away with it, an Igbo person cannot do it and get away with it. We have just recently experienced a high-level injustice meted out against one of us, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Yes, people will tell you that, let him go and suffer. I do not even agree with his ways. If you did not agree with the ways of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, perhaps you felt he was insulting, he was aggressive. Have you ever considered the ways of the leaders of Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria? Have you ever watched their video? Have you ever listened to their interview? Have you ever heard their threats against Ndi Igbo who are living in the north? Have you ever had a minute, even if it is 5 minutes, to watch the videos released by leaders of MACBAN, Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria? Have you ever heard them talk? What is it that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that the leader of MACBAN has not said? What is it that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has said that the leader of Arewa Consultative Forum has not said in threefolds? What is it that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said or did that Sunday Igboho did not do? After watching the interview of Aloy, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, the lead lawyer of the legal team of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu before he relieved them of their duties, I had the cause to rethink. What Mazen Nnamdi Kanu faced was not just a legal trial, it was a political trial. Because I've also seen videos of him saying no tribu osoto onye isi ala na mba Nigeria no kara ịbụ ya kemgbe ma ọ bụ na ọ nabatalụ the deal enyelu ya, na ọ bụ na ọ nabatalụ ịjụ ihe gbasalụ Biafra na ndị Nigeria kwesịrị ịnabata ya nye ya osote ọchịchị osote onye isi ala Nigeria. Those were the things he let go to stand for his cause. And today, he stands sentenced. This is not the first time. Barrister Jimako said something that caught me. This case, of course, every one of us knows that is going to appeal. Please, if you're just joining us, please give this video a thumbs up so that we can be sure that they are humans and not robots watching this video. If you're watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. This is Enuani, a cultural forum where we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. My name is Onwadene Ngozi Echukwuka Fortune. Biko, give us a thumbs up. The thumbs up panel has empty, so it looks like nobody is watching. Also comment on the comment section so that we interact, okay? So, Barrister Jimako said that the next bus stop, thank you so much, the person who dropped this thumbs up. At least we have one now. It shows people are watching. Thank you so much. So, Barrister Jimako revealed that this case will go to appeal. Of course, I know it will go to appeal, but he said something that struck me. By the time they get to appeal court are going to be surprised, because this is the same appeal court that that released, discharged and acquitted Mazen Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally over 3 years ago. I'll be 2 years ago. That was 2022. That's 3 years ago. In 2022, the appeal court of Nigeria in Abuja discharged and acquitted Mazen Nnamdi Kanu on this same matter. So by the time this case goes to appeal, the appeal court are going to ask, is this matter still ongoing? So it is interesting. It is an interesting time for legal students and spectators as well, and political analysts, because this has proceeded from a legal trial to a political trial, and the world is watching. And we're interested to know on what legal basis were these judgments given out? Upon which law did this law or did this judgment stand? Which law has this person contravened, and what are the punishments stipulated? N'okwu ọnụ mmadụ kwuru ka eji wee tụọ ya nga for life. N'okwu ọnụ. I have never heard such in any part of the world, that this is called defamation. I've never heard this. This is just defamation or a word of mouth. Okwu ọnụ mmadụ kwuru. When we started, I had read out facts that the leader of MACBAN, Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, the leader of Arewa Consultative Forum, Sunday Igbo, a Yoruba activist, these are three different groups that have come out severally to make statements. The leader of MACBAN said that state governments that made laws against open grazing were only wasting their time, because his people who are cattle breeders will go to any part of the country they wish to go, do whatever they wish to do, and that nothing will happen. That anything that anybody does will threaten the peace and stability of Nigeria. And he meant every word. He did not hide his face to say this. He said it in open camera. Then the other group, I have posted these videos earlier, so if you have the time, you can scroll through our channel and watch. They are our most recent videos. The other group said that all Igbo people, he was not saying Yoruba or any other tribe, he is specific about Ndi Igbo, that they cannot as Northerners continue to coexist with Ndi Igbo in the same country. That henceforth, every Igbo speaking person should pack their things and leave the northern region. Else he will not guarantee their safety. He went further to say that they will proceed to begin to recover properties belonging to Ndi Igbo and take ownership of it. He only revealed one thing, that all that they are after were Konoba Ndi Igbo. This is in the same country that we are in. The same country that said Mazen Nnamdi Kanu broadcasted something from Radio Biafra from somewhere around the world, and it was received in Nigeria, and it caused chaos. We all know the activities that led to NSAS in 2020. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was not in Nigeria. The activities that led to NSAS, some of them happened in Delta State, Ughelli to be precise, or Warri, where the police attacked a young boy and shot him. And the thing spiraled into a nationwide protest. How is it then tied to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? How is it that somebody will make a statement in Yoruba, a Yoruba person will make a statement and go scot-free? An Hausa person will do same. A Fulani person will do same. But when an Igbo person talks, he says, how is it so? I want us to know how it is so. I shared a video earlier today. Video of Hannibal. Hannibal is Colonel Joe Oseluka Achuzia. Colonel Joe Oseluka Achuzia hailed from Asaba, and he was a fighter with the Biafran army. Colonel Joe Achozia is very well known all over Igbo land. In fact, one of the most important things he is known for is that he was the one that blew up the Niger Bridge, allegedly, so that Nigerian troops could not cross over to go and kill our Igbo brothers. And then they turned on Asaba people and started killing them. Not just Asaba, they went to Ishagu where the king was also killed, the king and all his chiefs. Ishagu community hail from Oka in Anambra State. They migrated from Oka. So they killed every single member of the cabinet of chiefs in Ishagu, including the king, before facing every male child in that community. They did same in Asaba. So this our brother and father, Colonel Joe Achozia, made a video because all his life he devoted his time to educate Ndi Igbo, especially the new generation, because in his words, it is sad. Nande mmadụ amara ife melu. Ndị mmadụ amara ihe melu. He wants people to know and he wants people to tell their children what happened. And he said, na anyị nwa ya ka hapụ igbuchasị ndị Igbo niile. If anyị chọpụla na ya bụ agenda ndị Fulani. Igbuchasị ndị Igbo niile na ya bụ agenda ndị Fulani. No ihe ọ chọpụtalụ. No ihe fa chọpụtalụ wee nụwa ya. Mana aya agwụ ndị Igbo niile eche na bụ ka aya jedebe. N'anya ka dị. N'anya nke dịzi na bụ aya ịgba mbọ fụ na ndị Igbo natabịa lụkwama anyị Igbo, chekwaba anyị Igbo. No ife me ya ji wee pụta. He was almost 90 years old. He died at 89. That video I posted was his last public outing almost before he gave up the ghost. He was talking about agenda and the Fulani. He make sure na ha kpochapụ ndị Igbo niile n'ụwa niile. That was many years ago. That agenda is still there till now. It has not rescinded. I saw a video of the leader of this Mieti Allah insisting that they must support and vote in President Muhammadu Buhari. And indeed, their wishes were granted. I also saw a video of this Mieti Allah. Their signed letter insisting that Enuani becomes the president of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. What audacity! How can it be Mieti Allah that is insisting and suggesting who will become? And that Enuani was as well became president of Ohaneze. The same way Tinubu and his friends, all the southeastern governors, insisted that we must have Azuka Mbata as president of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. And today he is the president, a very quiet president, a mute president, a president that has not issued a statement, a president that has not said a word since this marginalization and discrimination of Ndi Igbo. So, what are we? What is our position in this contraption called Nigeria? That is my take. That is what I'm asking. That is the topic I want us to look into today. As a part of Nigeria, how well have we been treated? I have the Cybercrime Acts. I have the Cybercrime Law that was just signed in as a document in my house. I have read it through and through. Since when did incitement or word of mouth begin to attract life imprisonment? When nobody could come forward to court to say, I did this after listening to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If he was charged for inciting the public, which is what he was charged for, and it is a legal trial, not a political trial, the worst that can come from it is a fine or a minor sentence that carries a fine. How did we get to the stage of a life sentence that we will have to waste our time? They said they have 90 days to file an appeal. Interesting times. Interesting times we are living in. It must be noted that Nigeria has had two laws operating in its territory, one for Ndi Igbo and one for other Nigerians. And these Ndi Igbo are not only in the southeast. Don't be deceived. If you are from Akwa Ibom State, you are an Igbo man. If you are from Rivers State, you are an Igbo man or woman. If you are from Cross River State, you are Igbo. Benue, Kogi, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, you are all Igbos. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived that you are not Igbo until you find yourself in a situation where these laws will be applied to you. You will understand that you are Igbo completely. What they call middle belt, which is Benue State, Kogi State, there's no belt is always in the middle in life. There's nothing called middle belt. They are graded as part of the north. This is the plan the British government hatched and they executed it. It is that middle belt today that is saving us. If not, what we are having as pockets and pockets and pockets of kidnappings and irons will not be. It will be a full-blown attack as it's happening in other places, as it has happened in Kwara the other day. It has also happened in Owo. Why are Ndi Igbo classified as second-class citizens? Let's look at it historically. If you're just joining us, this is Enuani Cultural Forum, where we promote the rich cultural heritage of Ndi Igbo. If you are just joining us, Ahambo, Onwade, Ngozi Chukwuka, Fortune, Biko, give this video a thumbs up so that we can know that people are watching it. Give this video a thumbs up. We have 80-something people watching. Kindly give this video a thumbs up so that it can come up on the algorithm so that we can also discuss. Also, let us know what you think in the comment section. Let me read out a few comments while I wait for your thumbs up. Okay, Tommy, how are you doing? Hi. Innocent, hi, how are you doing? Maureen, I salute you. Thank you. Okay, this level of injustice leveled against Ndi Igbo is the prime reason Nigeria is regressing this badly. Nigeria is holding itself to ransom. This is a pity. That's true. PB4, you have just said it all. Oluwalofe, hi, how are you doing, my brother? I believe you are a Yoruba person and you are a lover of Ndi Igbo. It's nice to have you on board. What has Ndi Igbo done to them, my sister? Is a question that only God and them can answer. Ndi Igbo leaders will continue to worship, support, and follow their Fulani masters. The support of the Ndi Igbo leaders is the primary source of Fulani power and control of Nigeria. That's true. Orunago Okechukwu said, well done, my brother. May God bless you for the good work you are doing. Thank you so much, my brother. So our brothers and sisters who are political leaders, we all know it is an incontrovertible fact that they are all sellouts. We do not have political representation, only just few. Those few of them, you can count them. Enyinaya Baribe, Ned Nwoko, just very few. The governor of Abia State is doing a lot as well. All others are just sellouts. Is it Ojo Carlo that was heavily criticizing Igbo politicians for being boy to the federal government? Now he is the major boy to federal government because of his legal case. All of them are now servants of the president. A president that doesn't know his left from his right. A president that is wobbling. A president that is not in charge. A clueless president. We do not have adequate representation at the federal level. No single group, not even Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, for shamelessness sake. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo are so shameless under Senator Mazi Azota Mbata that they have not even said a word about what is happening to Ndi Igbo. Since 1982, as I noted, not one single Igbo person has been president or vice president of Nigeria, and Ohaneze Ndi Igbo sees nothing wrong with it. They are not even Senate president anymore. Being Senate president is no longer our birthright anymore. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo sees nothing wrong with it. When the Nigerian genocidal aya, mgbe ahụ aya gụrụ na 1967, biko ọ bụrụ na ị na-watch this video, nye anyị thumbs up, okay? It won't take you anything. It doesn't cost money. It's just for you to click on the video. I know many people like to watch such videos, but they don't want to be associated with what concerns Ndi Igbo. If we must die, may we not die as cowards. Because life will continue when we are no more here, but may we not die as cowards. Some of us have had to pay the ultimate price of being arrested and incarcerated. I've had that privilege. I call it a privilege. It is an honor. And my name scattered all over newspaper that I've been arrested and incarcerated, that I will not come out in 6 months. It also gave me the opportunity to see how loved I was, because my community stood up for me and I came out. So what you're doing is to watch a video. It won't take anything away from you to like that video or to comment on it. It won't take you anything. Please give us a thumbs up. If at 70 something, 80 something or 90 something people are watching the video and I am seeing 90 thumbs up, or after the video I'm seeing that 100 people subscribe to my channel after watching this video, I'll be so happy. Or I'm seeing that 200 people subscribed after watching the video, I'll be very happy. But you will watch the videos and move on. It costs a lot to do such live videos. It doesn't only cost data. The truths that we spill out are not just going out there. You can end the live video and start receiving live threats. It is then your threat. You are the one being threatened. So Biko, if there's any way you can support us, send us super thanks. Super thanks means money. I'm not ashamed to tell you that most times we need money to do all these things. The technical team that runs this page, you have to pay them. People edit these videos that we post. Despite us using our time to make the videos, people edit them. Making a live video doesn't pay anybody any 1 naira. If you're a YouTuber, you will understand what I'm saying. But making a live video is better for me because I get to say my mind, unedited, uncut. If I say some things after making a video, if I come to the main video, I will not see them. If I ask them, they will say they have edited it away. We don't want trouble, Oga. You don't want which trouble. So, but if I'm making a live video, I've said it. You can't take it back. So the issue of, you say, solve the issue of tribalism first, my brother. Tribalism that we are talking about is against Ndi Igbo, not within Ndi Igbo. If it is within, that one is understandable. Every tribe has its own internal squabbles. We have a larger people telling Yorubas to go, that they are not the owners of Lagos. Nobody has heard that outside. It only happened in Lagos. But when a Yoruba man or Yoruba governor decides to demolish an Igbo-dominated market area, that is tribalism. How is it tribalism? Somebody issued this land. You go to Ministry of Lands to get document to build a house. Somebody issued this document. You get an engineer to do assessment of where you're going to build. Somebody did these evaluations before the building was constructed. These buildings have stayed 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, and then somebody comes from the same government to demolish them. That is tribalism. Particularly targeting a tribe. It is only Igbo people that do this. Go to another man's state. Go to a place that is not their homeland, where they are not even secure, and they begin to buy land and build. I've never seen a Yoruba man's mansion in Asaba. I've not seen one Yoruba man's mansion in Asaba or any part of Igbo land, except if the eye is very few, they no go away. Just very few. I've not seen an Hausa man's compound Not because Igbo did not want them to build. One of the biggest faults of Igbo is that they welcome strangers even more than themselves. I've seen videos of strangers saying so. I can bash a man's car tomorrow and the man comes down from his vehicle and breaks my head. But if I bash somebody's car and he comes down and I start speaking Yoruba, he say, "What? Are you a Yoruba person?" Say, "Yes." He will soft pedal. I start speaking as, "Are you an Hausa person?" He will soft pedal. Go to Obinze in Owerri. Go to Ama Hausa. Ama Hausa means a place of Hausa people. It is their own. Go to Ama JK and the rest and see Hausa people. If you arrest an Hausa man who does you wrong in Obinze, he may get home before you get to your house. That is how free they feel in Igbo land, in the heart of Igbo land. Do we feel that free in other parts of Nigeria? The answer is outrightly no. Outrightly no. So what do we do, or how did this happen? When the war ended in 1967, we were deceived. We were deceived. How were we deceived? Remember our leader, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, had gone to Abidjan and handed over to Philip Effiong. It was Philip Effiong who handed over to Gowon, who surrendered to Yakubu Gowon. And he was told, no victor, no vanquished, that the war has ended. Everybody should return home. If you were living in the north, you should go back to the north. You will not be attacked. But that was the beginning of the war. It wasn't the end of the war. We all thought in our minds that we were not vanquished. But that was the beginning of our being vanquished. What happened? What did they do next? You said we were not vanquished, all right? No problem. How come my properties in so many parts of the country were seized and it was not given back to us? If we were not vanquished, how did you take our properties as spoils of war if we were not vanquished? Again, if we were not vanquished, how did your Minister of Finance give up 20 pounds to people who had thousands of pounds in their account? You gave them just 20 pounds. Everybody who could prove that they had an account, you gave them just 20 pounds. Gathered up the remaining money that belonged to Igbo, used it to build Festac and host Festac 77. Of course, they did not host Festac in 77 and start building Festac in 77. When the war ended in 1970, it was Gowon. Research what I just said. It was General Yakubu Gowon that started building Festac before the abortive coup that brought in General Olusegun Obasanjo, and he completed the building of Festac. It was Gowon. You know, after Gowon, you had your Moritala Mohammed. So it was Obasanjo that hosted Festac 77. But it was Gowon that started building Festac town in Lagos. So the money that was used in building Festac are monies you collected from the bank accounts of Igbo. But you told us we were not vanquished. So I heard we were not vanquished. How come you knew that the only thing we will do to come back to our feet again was business? Of course, business is all that we know how to do. Igbo are into importation and export, even production as well, and then we export to these small African nations. You knew all that, okay? So to import goods from wherever it was and move through Calabar port to Igbo, the southeastern states, because you now made it in such a way that Calabar was no more eastern region, okay? Gowon did that. He created the core states. According to him, the core states were Cross Rivers, Ogoja State, and Rivers State. He didn't end up creating Ogoja State, but he created Cross River State. So which means Calabar Port is no longer in Igbo land, all right? Port Harcourt Port as well was no longer in Igbo land because you have now called Port Harcourt a part of Rivers State, which is no longer in the southeast or the eastern region as it was then. Go on. You told us we were not vanquished. So if an Igbo man imports his goods and they dock in Port Harcourt, before it could get to Onitsha, the checkpoint, checking if we had ammunitions in them, the payment of taxes, before goods could dock in Onitsha, we must have spent more than we did to import it in the first place. So the prices became very exorbitant that we couldn't sell again. The same thing, we decided, oh, Port Harcourt is doing this to us because they feel they are Benin people, they are equal, no problem. Let's face Calabar. The same thing started happening in Calabar. The number of checkpoints every time an Igbo person imports goods and they dock in Calabar before it will get to Onitsha became too high that we couldn't pay and meet up and still sell our goods and get profit. Igbo now decided perhaps it is time to try other seaports. My dear brothers and sisters, that was how all the big importers started having branches in Lagos. Started sending their head boy to go and manage the branches in Lagos, in Kano, in Abuja, as we are as Ndi Igbo. Once again, we forgot. Ndi Igbo became so much in Kano, became so much in Kaduna, not even in Lagos. Lagos was the last place we went to. Because Yorubas did more to us than Hausa. Igbo stood against over 400 and something ethnic groups that you have in Nigeria. Abitu something, how many is it? All of them ganged up against the Igbo. Even the closest Benin ganged up against us. And our people started rushing to these cities to go and sell, since the seaports in our place is too expensive. And Igbo started populating Kano and started populating Kaduna until these people rose up and said Igbo should go. It was Kano that said Ndi Igbo should go. So Ndi Igbo left Kano and they faced Lagos. Now till today, Lagos is still saying, leave my place, leave my place, leave my place, leave my place. If I give my Bolone, when are we going to learn? At what point will our elites sit down, put on their thinking cap and say, enough is enough? At what point? Is it when they have finally buyed all of us? Do you think these people are interested in Hausa people who are already Muslims? Their interest is in Igbo land. Colonel Joe Achozia made this very explicitly clear in his video. He died in 2018. That was 5 years ago. But he made that video just before he died. That video I shared. Telling Ndi Igbo, is to stop Fulani agenda of trying to wipe out the entire Igbo nation. And mind you, these Fulani were supported heavily by the British. Now that all this is going on in Nigeria, now that Nigeria is going through all this, have you ever heard a word from the British Prime Minister? Does it not surprise you that as Trump is saying all this, as the whole world is talking about genocide in Nigeria, have you heard one word from the British? Not a word. Because they are in charge. If they will ever get to even say a word, they may tell the US to leave us alone. That there is nothing wrong going on in Nigeria. Who owns Shell? The British. Who owns Total? The French, their cousins. Who owns Chevron? Who owns Ajip? Who owns Ponticelli? Who owns Saipem? Who owns Dexicon? Who owns these major oil companies that are tapping crude oil? Who owns the WHO? Who owns these companies that are tapping oil and gas from Nigeria? Do you think if these people have a means to wipe out every single human being in Igbo land, they will not do so? Use your phone. Go to your Google and type the gas reserve in Imo State, Anambra State, Abia State, and then the mineral resources in Enugu, Ebonyi, Delta, Rivers, and all these places that are called Biafra land. You will understand why Harold Wilson was sending weapons to Gowon and sending food to Ojukwu, which Ojukwu rejected. If you're just seeing our video for the first time, kindly give this video a thumbs up, okay? Kindly give this video a thumbs up if you're just seeing our video for the first time. This is Enuani Cultural Forum, and we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. Thank you for joining us. 106 people watching this video. If you're actively online, drop a comment. Also give this video a thumbs up. Let it come up on the algorithm. So we're looking at why are Ndi Igbo second-class citizens in Nigeria? Why is it that as I'm talking so, one fool somewhere is watching it so that he can report to the authorities and then they will come and trail me to my house and arrest me like they did. They didn't even arrest me and took me to state CID in Asaba or zonal headquarters in Benin. They took me all the way to Abuja. And if I didn't have a strong community that was behind me, I would have still been behind bars. This is the same fate our leader and brother Mazen and the Kano faced. The same fate. The same fate. So I'm telling us as Ndi Igbo to please know that we were told that there was no victor, no vanquished. But we were vanquished. We were defeated. Anyị bụ ndị emeriri n'agha. Emeriwe anyị n'agha. Mana achọrọ na wee gwa anyị. Maybe not to dampen our morale. Maybe to massage our ego. We were not told. But emeriri anyị completely. Okay? Alex Ekweme succeeded in being a vice president. After that time, emeriri anyị n'agha. And he left in 1982. That was the last time an Igbo person ever came close to the presidency, whether as vice or anything. After that, we thought maybe Senate presidency is our birthright. That Senate presidency, we don't even get to see it anymore. For the Senate presidency, we are not even sure of it. House of Reps, the same thing. Now look at the positions in Nigeria. The president is a Yoruba man, vice president an Hausa man, Senate president from Efik or Ibibio. House of Reps is not also our Igbo person. Which position are we holding as Ndi Igbo? How do we have a stake in this thing called Nigeria? Somebody should make me understand. What is our stake in Nigeria? that will make somebody not say, I want self-determination, which Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was saying, no matter the language he was using to say it. People are saying he incited people. And I've said here that El Zakzaki incited the Shiites. He's a free man today. Sunday Boho incited every Yoruba person. He's a free man today. Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, their leadership incited the Fulanese. They are free today. Arewa Consultative Forum continue to speak. They are free today. What is the difference in what these people did and what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did? The difference is clear because this one is an Igbo person and there's a law tailored for Ndi Igbo and another law for other Nigerians. It's as simple as that. And the major thing they did against Ndi Igbo is to ensure na no chime eba na akpo presidency. Because giving an Igbo man the presidency, even if it's for 1 month, they believe will destabilize the nation. You don't want these people to grow. You don't want them to prosper. And you're not willing to let them go. Ndị Igbo, gbadokwa n'anya, ka anyị rapụ ịnọ n'ime mmiri ncha aba anyị n'anya. Gbadokwa n'anya, understand this principle. These people have the political power. We think we have the economic power. You can never equate political power to economic power. The man with political power can render the people who have economic power useless any day and any time he wishes. If you're just seeing this video or you're just coming online, this is your first time of seeing our video, please subscribe to our channel. This is Enuani Cultural Forum. I want it to be that by the time I end this video, I should be seeing over 100 subscribers. That is actually my major reason of doing live videos. Also, if you're watching the video, you can give us a thumbs up. We have just 10 thumbs ups. It doesn't reflect the number of people who have seen this video or who are interested in what we are talking about. Please like this video. Let me read a few comments. So I'm watching from Ostrich. Okay. It's nice to see you. Thank you for watching. Ndubisi. Hi, how are you doing? Ray Brown, thank you for watching. Igbos really failed Nnamdi Kanu, my brother. Ndi Igbo is the problem. Let the Igbo join hands, solve their problems. Let them unite together. Yes, that's true. We have to unite. Igwebike, we all know that. Please give this video thumbs up if you're just coming online. If you're just seeing our video, also subscribe to our channel. Thank you, my brother. I have an idea to our problem. Thank you. Please, you can share with us here, or you can privately send me a video. Send me a message on our WhatsApp handle. Heaven helps those who help themselves. This thing, I thought it was in the Bible. It's not even in the Bible, but it's a good quote anyway. My brother, ride on. Tell them the truth if they can understand. I always tear when I hear about Nnamdi Kanu. It's so sad. So, what we are saying is this. The man with economic power can never compare with the one with political power. These other tribes can do anything to attain political power because they understand the principle that a wretched man can become a trillionaire in dollars by attaining political power. A trillionaire in dollars can become wretched because of one single enactment or law in this lawless country made by the man who has political power. It is those who have political power that are destroying our businesses in Lagos, in Kano, in Abuja. It is people like us who have economic power and not political power that are bearing the brunt. If you say, they will say, go to court. They already know that they own the court. The judges will make judgments in their favor. Just like we saw the other day, this judgment against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not a legal judgment, it's a political judgment. Which, of course, if it is brought away from the Nigerian courts to the International Criminal Court, it won't even take 1 day for the case to be passed out. Because the judge, Justice James Omotosho, has admitted publicly in video that the arrests and extradition and extraordinary rendition of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria was illegal and unlawful, but that does not stop the trial. How can you build legality on an existing illegality? Now, upon which law are you trying him? He said, don't talk. We know, as Ndi Igbo, that we are in a country where we are not given a sense of belonging, a sense of equality, a sense of justice, a sense of fairness. How are we expected to function effectively in such country? How are we expected to raise children who will not grow up hating this country and never wanting to be a part of it? It's not possible. How do we convince our own children that they have a stake in this kind of country? Who is the president they see? Who is the vice they see? Who is the senate president? Who is the House of Rep? Who is the chief judge? What? And Ohaneze Ndi Igbo sits on all this, bearing titles. There are over 13 state presidents of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo and one president general who is from Rivers State. I've not heard a word from any of these people. It's so sad. I feel so bad about it. Biko, if you're just coming online, kindly give this video a thumbs up. Give me a second, I'm coming. By the time I come back, I should be able to see up to 20 thumbs up. We have just 12. You're seeing the video, please give it a thumbs up. It's your first time of seeing my video as well, please subscribe to my channel. Just give me a second, I'm coming. Let me get some water to drink. Wow, nice. We have 14 thumbs up. So I had to while I was away. Welcome back. So why are Ndi Igbo treated or considered as second-class citizens in Nigeria? That's what we are looking at. And there are many instances that I've given why Ndi Igbo are treated as second-class citizens. I gave us instances of what the MACBAN chairman said. Issued a video. If it will interest you to know, most states in Nigeria have passed a law against open grazing. They did it in Kogi State. Benue State is where this is in Benue State where Samuel Otom was the governor. They did it in Delta State when Ifeanyi Okowa was governor as well. The boldness of signing these bills into law ended on paper. It was never implemented. I've never heard that somebody was arrested for open grazing. We see cattle every day destroying people's farm. I'm not saying I heard. I've gone to farms and saw farms that were destroyed by cattle here around Asaba. So it is unfortunate and sad that such things are happening. And I'm asking, why is it that these things happen when it is done by Northerners? The Mieti Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, their president issued a press statement to say that anyone that issues such law is just wasting time, because they have the constitutional right to walk into any state and graze their cattle anywhere they want to graze it. That Nigeria is still a primitive nation and that we will continue to farm in a primitive way. And that any attempts to thwart this will bring instability to the country. The regime of General Muhammadu Buhari saw this and kept quiet, but went after Nnamdi Kanu. He said Nnamdi Kanu did a broadcast on Radio Biafra that incited people. This man did not do this broadcast outside Nigeria. He did it in Nigeria. It was aired by Channel TV and Arise TV. Aside from him, we've had Sunday Igbo. We've had the leader of the Shiites, El Zakzaki. These are free people today. They are walking freely. Why is Nnamdi Kanu in jail? Not just in jail, but in jail in Sokoto. A Fulani caliphate. Why are we treated as second-class citizens in Nigeria? That is our question. That is what we're addressing today. Please drop your comment. I'll read them. If you're seeing this video for the first time, if you're seeing our video for the first time, this is Enuani Cultural Forum. This person said, please stop explaining and start building security and power. I was trying to read that comment before it disappeared. I hope I find it again and read it, because that was a really interesting comment. I'll find it and read it, okay? It's a very beautiful comment. Talking about why we're explaining, it is important that we always explain. The problem is that we speak a lot of grammar. Please, let's be practical. We teach about money and not power. Let's go back to classroom. That's true. I'm talking about power. Nothing beats, you said, please, let's stop explaining and start building security and power, because nothing is free. Power is very, very important. Power is very important. And nobody gives this power. I'm reading out your comment, my brother Magic Chi. So nobody gives you power. It's something you take. It's not given, it is taken. Power is given. Power is not given, it is taken. We must all reach out for this power. The quest for self-determination is a globally recognized fundamental human right. No single Igbo leader can say, I was the one who signed paper to say, let's be part of Nigeria. You're welcome, my brother. Nobody signed any paper to say, let's be part of Nigeria. It was the British government that decided for their own convenience that these places, if we join them together, they will be fighting each other. It will be good for business. Nothing sweets, nothing interests a colonialist like when the indigenous people are fighting each other. Do you know what it means? It means you will not have time to know what is in your backyard and they will be collecting it. If Nigeria were to stand perfectly, the whole of Britain is no more than a few states in Igbo land joined together. The whole of Britain, both in population and in landmass, they are the ones who are serving. Whereas reverse should be the case. We are saying monarchy. The monarchical system is younger than the one in Igbo land. On what basis are we to be serving these people? If we had sat down to acknowledge and promote who we are as a people. Please, if you're just seeing our video for the first time, kindly subscribe to our channel. This is Enuani Cultural Forum, and we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. He said the moment they removed history from school curriculum from Nigeria school and allowed history in Islamic school is when our problem started. We have a lot of problem, my brother. We have a lot of problem. All these things were even done when our brother who is from the southern Nigeria, who deceived the whole world by bearing good luck, Ebele, Azikiwe, Jonathan, was letting the world think he is an Igbo man. The British were not there, no. They are still there till now. How are they still there? Friesland Food, or what we call the Royal Niger Company, were the first to come here as business people and then told their government about a place called Nigeria. They are still here. Like I listed out companies earlier, more than 10 prominent British companies are still in Nigeria. The ones drilling crude oil are there. Shell belongs to them now. Shell is a British petroleum company. Who owns that jeep? I said them and their cousins. Total belongs to France. French are the cousins of the British. They are brothers. They are related, like cousins, real cousins. They are still here. They have not gone anywhere. Assuming we were the ones drilling our crude oil, the ones producing everything we get here and then sell, we will be okay. These people are still here, not as directly leading us, but introducing person who will lead us. Nobody becomes president in Nigeria without allegiance to Britain. Nobody has done that. You hear them saying UN observers are coming to monitor our election. They are monitoring nonsense. They are just ensuring that their own person enters. Otherwise, the person who is sitting there didn't win election, and he knows it. The whole world knows it. All this while you are hearing people talk about genocide in Nigeria and the military intervention. Have you heard one word from Britain? I said Harold Wilson was sending weapons to Gowon and sending food to Biafra land. Like saying, go and wipe these people out while they are eating. And the Ojukwu rejected his food. That is the situation we are in. Although it is wrong to continue to call your colonial master when they have seemingly left. But they have not left. They are the ones sponsoring these people to come and subdue the Igbo. Take away Britain. Do you think Nigeria would have defeated Biafra? Take away Britain. Take away the international support they had. All the tribes in Nigeria joined together that faced Igbo. Where did they succeed? But somebody was steady supplying them ammunition and weapons to say, go and kill these people. Go and they call them rebels. What I'm saying is, may we not ever forget. May we never forget. May we also teach our children what happened to us. Please, if you're just seeing this video, this is Enuani Cultural Forum, and we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. We looked at a video today where Colonel Joe Achuzia, also known as Hannibal, who hailed from Asaba. I was discussing with someone today and I said, Joe Achuzia will be rolling in his grave if he sees that some elements from Asaba are saying that they are not Igbo people, that they are from Igala. It is on record that the person you want to call Kainebisi was born to a woman who hailed from Nteje, who lived in the home of Ezanyanwu. Ezanyanwu is one of the sons of Ezechima, an Igbo man. Those were the first inhabitants of Asaba. How did this servant in the house of Ezanyanwu now become a progenitor of Asaba? It's very laughable. So when people like Colonel Joe Achuzia and the rest hear that Asaba people, even Professor Chike Dozie, who was just the recent Asaba of Asaba, who is no longer with us, hears that some of his kinsmen and subjects are now saying they are no longer in the Igbo. He'll be rolling in his grave in laughter. Magic Chi. No. By proxy, there's nothing wrong with foreign investors. Please, but let's proceed with the tribe. Which tribe is collecting it? Let me give you an example. There's what they call OML, Oil Mineral License. All the OMLs of these oil companies belong to mainly Hausa and Yoruba people. If there are Igbo people who own oil mineral licenses in Biafra land or the entire part of where they call Niger Delta, there are no more than 4. All others belong to Hausa people. Those Hausa people you will hear today are the richest man in Nigeria, richest man in the world. He's doing this, he's into that, he's into this. They're also into this. They're into cement. They're into sugar. They are the owners of the OML. It is called Oil Mineral License. When they grant you an OML, you are supposed to drill. But if you don't have the capacity to drill, you can sell your OML or you lease it. The OMLs belong to Hausa people. People like T.Y. Danjuma, Femi Otedola are the big owners of oil mineral licenses in Nigeria without having any single drop of crude in their father's house. This is the tragedy that happened to Ndi Igbo. So when you hear that there is large deposit of crude oil in Imo State, first of all, there's how they treat crude oil and other natural resources. They will say it's a global heritage for mankind. So it means anybody can own it, right? Even if it belongs to your father's house. They will now be paying you as landlord. Why the OML goes to strangers. Browse this thing I just said. Check if there is any Igbo person that you know that has an OML. Of course, the Nigeria that we always talk about has happened here. And there is power outage. I may have to go offline. Please take your time to watch this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and see you in our next video. Thank you. Bye.